Good morning, and dear graduates of class of 217, parents of the graduates, good morning. This is the first graduation ceremony that we have in the school. So this would be almost like a first graduation speech. So I had nothing to fall on. So I could do something for myself yesterday evening. But it is a great pleasure to be addressing you students, graduates, today. This graduation ceremony is a ceremony that marks your completion of 5 years of secondary education. And you are the second batch of graduates. The first batch was not so fortunate. They didn't have a graduation ceremony, but you are the lucky ones. Although you are not fully a graduate yet, because you still have to sit for your SPM, and your SPM public exam will be next month. That SPM examination will ensure a pathway for your future. Be it whether you are going on for further education, or whether you are leaving school to do vocational training, or you are going into employment. The certificate, the qualification will well equip you for life ahead. And the qualification will also make a significant contribution to the future of your own world. It is not the world that, it's not our world, but it's your world. So you are studying for the last few years to improve yourself. And I'm very sure that you all remember the first classroom that you went into with a school uniform. Do you remember that? What was the first classroom? Where was it?
St. Joseph.
Well, that was the first classroom in St. Joseph, but the very first classroom that you entered was with your parents, holding the hands of your parents when you enter kindergarten. Right? So some of you are shaking heads that you have not gone to kindergarten, but most of us, or most of you, would have gone into kindergarten. And that was the first classroom and the first uniform that you wore. Right? And in that process, your parents entrusted your education to your teachers. Right? First, they entrusted your education to your kindergarten teachers. Then, as you move on to primary school, your teachers in primary school took on that challenge. And when you walk through the gates of St. Joseph's, not this building, not this gate, but the gates at St. Benedette, right? And we took up that trust. Our teachers took up that trust, right? And over these 5 years, we have taught you, we have formed you, and we have disciplined you. And we took that trust very seriously. Our teachers took that trust very seriously in the way that you have been taught, in the way that you have been formed, and in the way that you have been disciplined. This is all part of that trust. And over these years, these last 14 years, from the day that you entered kindergarten until now, your teachers and your parents have been slowly letting you go. Letting you go to the level of comfort that they think you can handle. And today, or maybe not today, next month, the teachers of St. Joseph's will be letting you go into the world. Some of you may go to college. Some of you may not go to college, but goes into vocational training and so on. But this signifies This ceremony signifies a letting go. You have gone through 5 years of education with us, and I think the teacher is now very confident in letting you go. So, in this 5 years, you have learned a lot. And I'm also very sure that in this 5 years with us, you have made a lot of mistakes. But through those mistakes, you also learn. That's part of the learning process. So of all the things that we have taught you, or your teachers have taught you, I would like to highlight one important aspect, and that is perseverance. How you persevere through your 6 years of primary education and your 5 years of secondary education. It is not easy, I know. There are stress, there are moments of distress, but also there are moments of happiness, sense of achievement. And all these are there because you have persevered through the thick and thin of your school life. So as you move forward in life, this perseverance is also very important. So as you leave us, remember to persevere. It will serve you well, as it has served you well for the last 11 years of your educational life. And through the struggle and failures, I know you will learn, I know you will grow, and I know you will succeed. Now, I would just like you, class of 2017, to consider a few things as you move forward in life. 1, always set for yourself a goal. Now, when you were here in school, the goals were set by your teachers. Examination dates, what to teach, what to learn, what to do, right? But as you move on in life, when you go into college, when you go into employment, nobody sets goals for you. You have to set a goal for yourself. And through that goal is how you get your motivation. Of course, goals must be realistic. Don't set goals that's too easy. Setting goals to be a lazy bum all your life is very easy. You just sit down and do nothing, but it's not going to get you anywhere. It's not going to motivate you, right? So set a goal for yourself. And as you set goals, you will also face obstacles in life exactly like what you have experienced in your school life. So in spite of this, all these obstacles, you must do everything in your power to attain those goals. Don't set goals and leave it hanging in the air and that's it. Right? You must do everything to attain those goals, either by looking at things creatively, looking at things through a different angle, so that you can achieve those goals. As I was writing this, I was reminded of one quote which Walt Disney said when he do Disneyland in Los Angeles. He says that all dreams can come true if we have the courage to pursue them. So, what I'm advising you is not only to set goals, but have the courage to pursue them. Because those goals sometimes are not easy to attain. And it's only your courage, your perseverance, your effort that will make those goals come true. So, be courageous. The other things I would highlight for you to consider is to have self-respect. Through the Catholic education in St. Joseph's, one of the things that we have emphasized to you is self-respect. Each and every one of you is an important person, is a child of God, or is a child of whoever God that you believed in. Right? So have self-respect. Even though you'll be leaving St. Joseph's Schools very soon, the school will never forget you. All of you will be in the memory of this school, especially among the teachers. Every positive or every negative things that you do in life will, at some point or another, be linked back to St. Joseph Private School. A simple thing is that whenever we appoint a chief minister in Sarawak, everybody always say, oh, this chief minister is from St. Joseph's, SMK St. Joseph's. So whatever you do in life, when people see you, the good or the bad that you do, people will always say, this person is from which school. They never remember your primary school. They never remember which kindergarten you come from. But they always remember which school you come from for your secondary education. So your success, as I said, will contribute to the name of the school. But more importantly, the image of the future of the students that walk through these gates. What you do now, or what you do in the years ahead, will actually give an image to this school, the good or the bad. And this image will impact those primary 1 boys that will be leaving school in about 11 years' time. So your image will impact on the image of those schools, of those students from primary 1 who will be walking through the gates of the school for the last time, just as you are now, in 11 years' time. So make sure that in whatever you do it with respect. Do not do things that will tarnish the school's name, but more importantly, tarnish your own name. So as we are here on your graduation day, you now face a future of endless opportunities and a world of infinite possibilities. You can do anything you want, provided you set your objective, you set your goal, and you do it. Graduation is not about receiving your certificate. Graduation is a time to reflect on memories and celebrate your academic accomplishment. It is a time to appreciate the past, but also to consider the future. It is a time to tackle new experience with the lessons you have learned from old. So whatever you do, you learn from in your school experience, whatever errors that you have made, mistakes you have made, that is going to teach you on how to move forward in your life. Have confidence always in yourself. When a bird sits on a branch of a tree, the bird will not trust that the branch of that tree will not break. The bird will trust in its own wings that if the branch do break, the birds can fly away to safety. So that's the same with you. In whatever you do, trust yourself. Do not place too much trust. Well, you can trust on others for those that could be trusted, but do not place too much trust on others. I wish you every success for your SPM examination next month. I'm confident that each one of you will do well in your XPM exam, in whatever form, and I wish you a lifetime of success and the dream comes true. I also want to leave you with this. Do not listen if people tell you you cannot, because you can. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chua. And now I Marcus Ball for the valedictorian speech.
A very good morning to the school advisor, Mr. Jared Lee, Director, Mr. Christopher Chua, our principal, Father Francis, Sister Marie Celine, teachers, parents, and friends. Today is bittersweet. Today is our last full day in school before SPM. Some of us already can't wait to leave school, and yet as it is, we are also sad to leave. I am indeed grateful to be given the opportunity to represent this year's Form 5 students, to share and reflect how the past 5 years has shaped us. Only 5 years ago, we sat through an assembly similar to this, our first assembly. That day, graduation was a faraway idea. The next 5 years seemed fresh and new. Yet, today, we are sitting here in our last assembly, wondering how time flew by so fast. How many of us will get to see each other after this year? 5 years have left us with countless bittersweet memories. On our first sports day, we did not have house shirts. Now, we have house chants. Our first field trip together, which came only in Form 3, mind you, was to Sematang. And this year, we went to Camp Perman. Obviously, our most memorable field trip was when we went to the Cat Museum. Our creativity as teenagers hit its peak back then. Our first real camp, Form 1 doesn't count, we played captain's ball together in the rain. That was the day we discovered Miss Kos' competitive side. We've come a long way since then, to our last camp. Ranjang Park will be remembered as the place where we bonded more than ever, not only as classes, but as the graduating students of 2017. Things came back, full circle, when we played frisbee in the rain while waiting to jump into the waterfall. Our first field trip, first camp. Second field trip, second camp. The list goes on. It isn't a long list, but it is our little infinity that we shared together. We started in the old St. Jude building, and we were part of the big move to this new building now we call our school. We cleaned this building together, hauled furniture together, and even carried the pots of bougainvillea over the bridge to SMK St. Joe. We worked together, accepting each other's differences. Oddly enough, the mere fact that we were working together for a common goal gave us a sense of belonging in a small community that once had less than 200 students. It was difficult and a lot of hard work, but I can stand here and tell you, as we look around us, it was all worth it. Now, let us think about how much we have achieved individually and collectively as the graduating batch of 2017. The Core Amoris Charity Club, the Diabolo Club, as well as the Ultimate Frisbee Club, were all founded by students from our year. Our year also boasts a ridiculous number of petitions, ideas which hold great. We have amazingly talented individuals among us as well, such as Duncan Lay, the boy we all fell in love with, and he broke his high jump record this year for our sports meet. There are countless of achievements I cannot mention, for the list would go on forever. Yet, none of them carry any less weight. So to all who have achieved and will achieve, let us always do our best and never forget our roots. And the roots started here. Our achievements would not have been possible without the help, support, and guidance from all our teachers from Form 1 to Form 5. I think there is no doubt that we have let you down before, and that we are far too noisy in class sometimes. I am aware that we have wronged some of the teachers more deeply than others. For all our mistakes and shortcomings, on behalf of our year, I'd like to sincerely apologize. To all our teachers, we would like to say thank you for having given us knowledge, courage when we needed it, and comfort during the darkest of days. The pizzas and cheesecakes we shared will always be remembered. To our class teachers, thank you for putting up with your horrible students. Every student has a teacher that has made a real impact in their lives, for putting up with us, changing us, for realizing who we are and who we can become. We thank you from the bottom of our hearts. Our principal deserves no less gratitude. I assure you, Father, that we will not forget every lesson that you taught us during masses and assemblies. We will always remember that phones are evil. To Mr. Gerard Lee, the unseen hand behind the school, thank you for bringing us to great heights. The interactions you have with students prove meaningful and great. Incredibly respected by all students, you are a man of integrity and justice. And thank you for short speeches, Mr. Christopher Chua. Many of us don't know you well, but we thank you nonetheless for guiding our school this past year. Every speech you have given us only reminds us how much you care for us and encourage us to do the same. Indeed, brevity is the soul of wit. Let us not forget the lovely office staff, gardeners, cleaners, and security guards for making the school a much better and safer place. We apologize for each time we took you for granted or failed to greet you in the halls. Our respect and gratitude go straight to you for putting up with us and being kind to us even when we did not deserve it. P.S. Special apology to the cleaners who had to deal with all the toilet paper that were or are still stuck on the ceiling or in the urinals. A great shout out goes to our parents who have worked very hard so we could study in this school. You stick with us through thick and thin, and without your unconditional love and support, we cannot be who we are today. We cannot thank you enough for everything you have done for us. Needless to say, our 5 years in this school were no mere walk in the park. Each of us faced challenges that we had to overcome. Every student has experienced their fair share of failure and disappointment, of heartache and pain, of joy and laughter. The fact that we made it here, decorated or not with these awards and achievements, is a testament to our growth. We can only hope that the rest of you, who still have time left in this school, can appreciate every moment and try your very best, as we have, to become who you are supposed to be. Finally, as we are going to sit for the SPM examination, which will mark the end of our secondary school life, I am sure many of us are both hopeful and uncertain about our immediate and distant future. But uncertainty brings opportunity. Don't ever underestimate the power we hold, and don't ever take for granted the opportunities we are given. At the end of the day, let there be no excuses, no remorse, no regrets. Ora Nagado.
Thank you very much. Valedictorian speech. Beautiful. It will go down in the annals of history of the school. And Marcus, Mr. Chua must have some kind of intuition, because you complimented him on short speeches. Yesterday when we told him we needed a speech, he said, yes, I'm going to do a 6-page speech. And today he cut it down to 2 pages. Okay. Well, jokes aside, we'll have to move on now with the ceremony of light. And in this ceremony of light, 4 candles will be lit. A candle for wisdom, love, memory, and faith. So, today marks a special time, for all of us, and I would like now to invite Tristan Tan.
Thank you, Ms. Vivian. Today marks a special time for us Form 5 students in St. Joseph's Private School. It is an ending, but it is also a beginning. We tell that story of ending and beginning, now using light, the symbol of Christ, the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end. Thank you.
The Principal, Father Francis, will now proceed to light the candle of wisdom.
On behalf of the teachers of the school, I offer you graduates the light of wisdom. Carry this light from this place to a world that stands in need of wisdom. A world that faces decisions and choices never dreamed of in times past. Remember that everything you learn in school was learned in the company of others. Be open, therefore, to the learning that is ahead of you. May you be a light of wisdom for others. May you grow in a wisdom that will inspire you to find the good and the true. May this light of wisdom guide you during your exams and also in your future life on the road ahead.
And now, a representative from the parents, I invite Madam Tina Korkaira to light the candle of love.
On behalf of all parents gathered here this morning, I offer you graduates the pure light of love. This is a light we lit for you for a long time ago. It is the light you depended on in those early days, the light you ran to when things went wrong, the light that was left on for you because you were afraid of the dark. This is the light that waited up for you if you were late home, and the light that always there even though sometimes, just sometimes, you wish it wasn't. Carry this pure light of love into a world where real love is rare and precious. Use it to light the path of your own search to love and be loved. And when you find that the light is flickering, blown about by the troubles of life, remember that there will always be a light burning for you in that place called home. Thank you.
Representing the youngest people in our school, Maximilian T. from Primary 1. You were like that too sometimes when you were in primary one? Couldn't turn on the light switch? Couldn't open the door? And Maximilian is representing all that you see ahead of you. And listen to him.
On behalf of the students that you leave behind, I offer you the light of memory. When you are in Form 5, you say that the primary school students are very young and very, very small. But when you are in primary 1 as I am, you Form 5 students seem very old and very big.
Go on, Maximilian. Yes, he just needs to make sure that he needs the other two paragraphs. Good boy. Always ask your teachers.
10 years ago seemed a very long time. My class will leave this school in the year 2027. Where will you be then? Days pass by, and for you now, school days are over. Carry the light of these days with you. When you meet, tell again the stories of these years in the classroom and on the playing field. Remember the victories and the disappointments, the lost locker key, the exam success, and perhaps the cooling off time outside the classroom door. We ask you to remember us, who will continue the story of this school to the end of the year 2027 and beyond. Remember us, we will remember you.
In 2027, a potential valedictorian. And now Mr. Chua will light the candle of faith.
Graduates of class 2017, on behalf of the management and staff of this school, I offer you the light of faith. When you were a baby, someone held this light for you and named you as a child of God. And that light provided you with direction. Over the years, this flame has been fueled by the example of those around you. Now you must carry that light for yourself. You will not find it an easy task. There may be a price to pay. The flame will flicker. It may even be extinguished for a time. But the most important thing about the flame of faith is that it is not yours alone. A lone flame cannot pierce the darkness, but many flames together can cast a great light. Be part of Christian communities or any other faith communities that you may have, wherever you find it. Be as God calls you to be, as the stars in the night, as the sun in the sky, a source of light for all you will meet on the way. Be a light for the world.
We request that everybody stands up. This is the ceremony of commitment. The graduates will stand. Forms 1, 2, 3, and 4. Your time will come. The graduates and their family members and teachers. And please respond.
Parents, families, teachers and friends, we are privileged to be here this morning to witness these young people begin another stage on their journey of life. You have helped them in so many different ways to reach this stage. So I ask you, are you prepared to continue in support and encouragement of these young people in your actions and prayers?
We are.
Graduation batch of 2017 remain standing and respond.
We are gathered here in thanksgiving and celebration of 5 years together, an ending and a beginning. So I ask you, graduates of 2017, are you prepared for your life ahead with commitment and enthusiasm?
Yeah.
Do you promise to accept the opportunities of life with joy and energy?
We do.
You are God's children, the children of God's kingdom. May each one of you grow in wisdom, strength, and come to acknowledge God loves you.
The ceremony now continues. Graduating classes, please remain standing. We will call you up to come up, to get your stole, and then to move on to get your certificate. Five arts. Eileen Kui, Lin Ryu. Alicia Chin Se Yi. Alicia Sarah Ball Ning. Amber Chiu and Pei. Brian Ong Yong Sing. Chang Imin is absent today. Duncan Lei Han Wen. Alison Charlie Se Chin. Fung Jun Sin. Gabriel Liu Chuen. Hendrik Dylan Buntin. Ivan Chua Ji-yu. Joshua Wang Jian-Lin. Joseph Lau Hui Chuan. Kester Sin Ching Wei. Titus Kwan Ek Chien. Nathan Teo Chun Wei. Nicholas John Chen Lung, Nicholas Wong G.N., Sim Sir N, Ding Chao Ming, Wenceslas June Kobia, Class 5 Science 5, Aloysius Pang Jun Kit, Anisha Ko Kyra, Barnabas Marcel Adrian, Chris Wong Lee Hoon, Clement Sim Jun Wen, Daniel Chang Kai Yam, Donoel Christidio Jun Kwan, Edison Chai Chung Hung, Ethan Yo Julian, Gerald King Julian, Geraldine Ting Ikwe, Jermaine Cassandra, Gordon Yong Wushu, Isaac Lau Eugene, Jemima Equina binti Muhammad Jeffrey, Jennifer Tiang Yek Liang, Jesslyn Yong Chin Lim, Leonard Wong Wei Lung, Lillian He Chiao Li, Marcus Ho Hao Yang, Hao Xiang, Miguel Tan Ying Ji, Ang Go Fu, Ang Li Jin, Nick Lau Hui Long, Ong Rui Jae, Ryan Roger Chin Wen Lung, Stephanie Wong Yin Ling, Stephanie Yu Hee Ni, Stephen Ling Fung. Tiffany Ng Chau Hui. Tristan Tan Yong Chuen. Wong Yu Sin. Yong Chi Liang. Zachary Liu. Mike Sainteta. Aaron Lee Kung Wang. Abigail Ong Hui Wen. Aloysius Sin Jing Xian. Amy Ko Wang Jun. Bong Yan Ai. Camilla Steve King Lian. Charlene Chu Chi Hui. Derek Teo Chen Wei. Esmeralda Jia Hao. Emelani Anak Johnny. Eric Nguyen Yi Le. Esther Yang Hui Yi. Ethan Fu Ziyu. Fiona Van Nguyen. Ivan Chow Mi Fan. Ivan Ng Kim Kit. Jeremy Wee Grayson. Jerome Ng Kia Chen. John Bonador Joris. Violet Wee. Marily Wong Mi. Mark Leong Wei Yang. Maximus Su Kwong Seng. Ngui Yong Yung. Owen Chung Kwok Bi. Raina Cheng Lilin. Regina Chan Wei Yi. Ryan Yap Chen En. Sean Wong. Sim Wei Jun. Terence T. Yuan Xiang. Theodore Chun Sen. Theodore Lee Soon He. Teresa Liu Zesian. Tia Castian Yang Luisi. Ting Shen Yi. Grace Wu Chi Eng. And the graduating class will now sing their graduation song.
Testing. 1, 2, 3.
Testing. Hello.
Valedictorian.
Let us pray. Lord God, we ask your blessing on these young people as they begin their lives in the adult world. As we have committed ourselves to support them, we ask you to be by their side, guiding their footsteps in the challenging road ahead. May they find friends who will walk with them and love that will comfort them in moments of darkness during their life's journey. Amen. The Lord be with you. And with your spirit. May you find happiness in every direction of your path. May you never lose your sense of wonder. May you go beyond the ordinary steps and discover extraordinary results. Amen. May you hold on to your dreams and keep them safe in your heart. May you meet every challenge you are faced with, recognize every precious opportunity, and be blessed with the knowledge that you have the ability to make every day special. Amen. May you be strong enough to keep your hopes alive and be gentle enough to understand. Know that you hold tomorrow within your hands, and that the way there will be shared with the makings of what will be your most wonderful memories. And may you always remember, every step of the way, to believe in yourself and your dreams. Amen. And may God bless you. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Let us go forth in the peace of Christ.
Thank you, Father. Graduating class, please remain where you are. Can we all now stand for the school rally?